Hello, hello, hello. We're back. Return of the podcast. So many different ways I can go. So many different ways.
Return of the King, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Either way, you're taking a drink. You take 2 drinks.
And we've made a change. We have a new member. Oh no, he's gonna leave now.
He's gonna leave.
Winter decided to join us. He's like, wait, it was quiet just a second ago, and then we started talking, and he's like, wait a minute, I'm out of here. Something's not right.
First time in years.
I know, you've never come in and joined us.
This is the 129th episode, and he finally joined us. I
know, he's feeling extra cuddly. He had a rough day yesterday, going to the vet, and now I have to give him a pill, and he's just living it's just so rough for him. So he's
Katie
being
loves
extra
the shirt. Pac-Man shirt.
Oh, my Pac-Man shirt? Because, you also have an awesome shirt, so...
No, she specifically says Liz.
I love
that shirt.
Okay, thank you. I'm distracted because Winter's never up here when we're doing this. Anyway,
Among other things.
Anyway, that's true. Anyway, you're leading this, so we can get started whenever you're.
Don't we do like a
Oh yeah, we do.
2-minute talk?
Yeah, yeah, you know. Well, she likes bowl shirts. She
likes your shirt. Less.
Well, you got it for me.
I did get it for you. Because I like Pac-Man. If we could do Pac-Man on the Xbox, that'd be great.
Pac-Man on the, I'm
like
sure.
80s arcade. I know they have
like
them,
the emulators or whatever. Yeah, I had a friend in high school that he took his Xbox and he like did whatever shit that you did to it so that you could play like basically all video games from all different consoles or like Nintendo games and whatever. So he like installed like an emulator into it and whatever. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But I was like, that's. I would mess up. That's beyond my expertise. I'm sure Adam could do it.
Let's get him on
shit. Anyway, cool. Oh,
and
there he goes. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Special guest, Winter the cat, Winter with a Y, also known as Mittens, also known as Kitten Mittens, also known as Mitts, also known as... Yes. Maybe it'll be a 2-cat sighting day. Maybe Indiana will feel so inclined. No, he won't.
It's going to take another 129 episodes
before Indiana joins us. All right.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Cosmos with Cosmos. As always, I am Mike.
I'm Liz.
And that's all we got today.
Yep, Brandon's on assignment, heading home from assignment.
Yeah, he's somewhere in between Phoenix and Salt Lake City.
Driving around.
With a dog.
Yeah.
Mr. Frodo.
It's like, it could be a really good, like imagine it, like they're in like a convertible. Frodo's got like sunglasses on. It's like they both got their elbows out the window, and it's like the adventures of Brandon and Frodo. Like
it's just like they're listening. They got the Beastie Boys going. They're just Snoop Dogg. Frodo's
got like a little scarf on.
Thank you. There was that one, and then I have one on my leg, but I can't. I'm not gonna lift my leg up.
Yeah, a little difficult to. Yeah. But it looks fantastic. It's a super cool retro style ray gun. Hey, Eric. Hello, Buffalo. That's fun.
Yeah, he lives in Buffalo.
I know, but I don't know. That's fun.
It's fun until it's just snowy.
No, I just meant having just showing the connectivity of the internet right now.
Yes. Anyway, welcome to the show.
I forgot you started. I went back to pre-show ramblings.
And today we're talking about the mystery of the FRB.
You know me.
Also known as the Fast Radio Burst.
Fast Radio Burst.
Yeah.
We're getting fast. We're getting bursty. Fast. We're getting old-time radio-y.
Okay.
Some real old-timey radio-y.
What are you drinking?
Oh, I am drinking the CMP, which is a cocoa mint, I can't say this last word, pura, I don't know, tea. It's tea. I'm drinking tea. I felt like tea. Maybe in The Hangover there will be a change to the tea. So, check out The Hangover to find out what does Liz do? What does she end up drinking? But for now, it's some nice, warm, hot tea. Right. What do you got?
I got what I'm calling the Blitzar because it might blitz me. But anyway, we'll talk about what a Blitzar is later.
Yeah, I assume so. But Blitzar sounds like maybe like a Power Rangers enemy or something.
Oh,
I am Blitzar. I don't know.
This is gonna be an insane episode. Anyway, it's a tropical old fashioned. Really, is all it is. It has what does it have? It has bourbon,
but not just any kind of bourbon.
It's Monkey Head. That is the Monkey Head banana
bourbon.
Banana
and let me tell you, Liz approved.
And instead of regular simple syrup, I mean, it's got the typical bitters and stuff, but instead of regular simple syrup, it has peach syrup.
Yes, it's very nice. It's a very nice drink.
So,
recommend
and I just stumbled upon it at our liquor store. I I had to stock up, and I saw it, and I'm like, what the hell is this like monkey head thing?
Yeah.
And so
I know, it was good. Oh yeah, you'll definitely get one, Katie. Katie's got the lemon ginger tea, very nice on the tea train. Although mine is not for the same reasons, since we did not go hard at karaoke last night.
No, we did not go hard at karaoke.
We were obsessed
we
with
went hard
binging.
with the Residents.
Yeah, we would binge the heck through the Residents on Netflix, and let me tell you, that's a fun show. Very enjoyable.
Yes, follow us on all the things. Drinking Cosmos at the one that will not be mentioned, but Insta and Blue Sky is Cosmos is Cosmos. Follow us and rate us on wherever you get your podcasts and stuff, and don't forget to join us for The Hangover, where we find out what Liz is drinking.
What will she drink?
We also have friends of the pod, Katie, Wildixia, on Etsy. So check out her stuff. Really great stuff. Really cool, amazing art. Ron Proctor's The Real Mr. Proctor on YouTube, where he talks about all kinds of cool stuff.
Not the fake one, the real motherfucker.
And if you happen to be in the Council Bluffs, Iowa area, check out Rolling Bus Planetarium. Jack Northrop will show you everything about the universe. So everything. And if you mention Cosmos, get in for free.
No, you don't. You absolutely don't get in free. No, because then we got to pay for it.
No. If 2 hours every other Sunday is a little too long for you, and you just need real short things of astronomy.
Yeah, you don't have the attention span. Kids nowadays, that kind of thing. They want their shorts.
Check out The Shot.
Yeah, little shots of astronomy down your gullet.
Yeah, what was the most recent one? It was.
Call your representatives.
Call your representative. Most recent one.
Check it out.
And of course, we have rules. If a puppy barks,
which is highly likely he was barking right before we went live.
Yes, at nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
At absolutely nothing. Take a drink. Also, if there's a Star Wars or Lord of the Rings reference, take a drink. All right, let's talk about some FRBs. FRBs. All right, let's first talk a little bit about.
It does. It gives you stripped and everything. You'll learn all about it. Call your reps.
Yes.
Out now in the shot. Cosmos.
Definitely call your reps. Even if you're Canadian, call your reps, because you're going to be part of the... Eric is from Canada.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eric. Jeez. Jeez.
Anyway.
We're the worst.
Let's first talk a little bit about what we see when we see an FRB.
Yeah.
A fast
radio burst. Because, I think it's well known that, in just a daily use situation, you listen to radio. You don't watch radio.
Which is true. That's true.
But if it's in the movie Contact, you don't listen to the radio.
You don't put the headphones on and listen on the hood of your car. Great scene, though. Anyway... no. So radio is so you have the electromagnetic spectrum, and radio is just part of that. What we see every day literally is the visible spectrum, and it makes up a very small part of the spectrum. But you have radio waves and X-rays and gamma rays and microwaves, all kinds of stuff. So this is just what astronomers have found is that there's these little bursts of radio waves. These are very long. These are longish waves of.
And just to kind of clarify, as far as like seeing them, which is what things throughout the universe emit light in different wavelengths. And since we can only see that little bit of the visible light, we need to build telescopes that can see in the other wavelengths of light in order to detect the different things that are going on, or just like the different stuff that something is made up of.
Exactly. Like, hydrogen emits, neutral hydrogen emits at 21 centimeters.
Yeah, sure.
It does. Which is in the radio wave, and it's how we can use to kind of map out our galaxy. Anyway,
it's cool.
FRBs, fast radio burst. They were first detected in 2007.
Wow, that's not that long ago, but also somehow forever ago.
Yeah.
Check out our episode on time.
That needs to be a new drinking rule.
Didn't we make it a new drinking rule? But we already forgot about it?
Yeah, probably did.
Okay.
Anyway, more on that in a moment. But basically, it was a burst of radio waves, and these can last a fraction of a millisecond. So these are called ultra fast.
That doesn't even give it justice.
No, but they can last as long as 3 seconds. So those are the slow, fast radio bursts.
So many jokes. Yeah. Continue.
All right, so the average FRB or fast radio burst, I'm just going to call it FRB from here on out.
Fast radio burst, FRB.
Yes, releases as much energy as the sun does in 3 days. So there's a lot of energy comes out of these things.
Oh my God.
Yes. But by the time the signal actually reaches us, the strength of that signal is about 1/1000th of a cell phone on the moon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's traveled a long distance. That is incomprehensible.
And you don't want all that energy.
No,
so
this seems a little deadly. For example, a new study came out where 2 extinction events on Earth are tied to 2 supernovae events that possibly stripped the atmosphere.
Sounds like a shot that might need to be made.
Well, I was going to bring it up the next time in the sky as one of the news items, but I just that connection between
check us out.
But connection to how we can't see it. These aren't it's not like these radio waves and stuff aren't tangible, but they are very energetic. They can be very energetic, and so you don't want to be too close to it at all.
No, you don't. Especially when we start talking about what they could be.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, some repeat, some don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
repeat is kind of a loose word here.
Oh, all right. What are we loosely explaining?
The ones that repeat, there's only one that regularly repeats. The other ones
there's only one that can keep it to
repeat are kind of irregular, and they don't have a real good pattern, but they do repeat. So basically, it's coming from the same source in the sky, and all that. Okay. Over 1,000 have been observed. So from 2007 to 2017, 10 years, only 140 FRBs were observed.
Wow, so these are sneaky little fuckers.
In the past 8 years, a lot more have been discovered.
Oh, why? Better
in
telescopes?
In 2021 alone, 535 were observed by Chime, and now I got to look through here.
Oh, well, we've talked about Chime. I can never remember what these things stand for.
It's a Canadian thing. Oh shit, where is it? Oh my God! All right, I have it later on in the thing. But anyway, what Chime stands for, because nobody. Everything's got to be an acronym or whatever it is Brandon calls this shit. Yeah. So anyway, so it was
Canadian Multi-Instrument. Okay, and that was my guess. We'll find it later. We'll see. Take your guesses. I
could have sworn I wrote it down. Oh, the Canadian Hydrogen Intensity Mapping Experiment.
I forgot the H. Yeah. It went from C to M.
Let's see. Oh, I gotta go back up in my notes now. It's estimated to over 10,000 FRBs occur every single day, but their signal is so weak and short. By the time it gets here, very hard to detect, and we don't detect it. You kind of have to be looking at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And also, if it is, Eric. We got there. I just had to find it in the notes, but yes, you're absolutely right. But also it could kind of be buried in the noise, and can't distinguish it from that. And you do have to be able. It has to rise above the noise. Yeah. The background noise. Yes. And otherwise, you can't sing. All right, so that's generally what they are. So let's talk a little bit about some of the notable bursts.
Okay.
That have happened. Obviously, we have to start with the first one. So 2007, it was the first. It was discovered by
the first detected, not the first ever.
No, it was the first detected. Exactly, it's the first observed. Yeah, all right. So, but anyway, it was discovered by Duncan Lorimer.
I like Duckin.
It's discovered by Duncan Lorimer.
Lorimer?
Yeah.
Lorimer.
And his student David Narkevic of the Parkes Observatory in Australia.
Oh, good day, mate!
God, we're gonna start a war. We're gonna start a war. And this is how, like, in the residence, like, the Australians don't like the Americans. It's because of this podcast.
Because of our atrocious Australian accents.
Yes. All right.
And our misconceptions.
So Duncan and his student, they discovered in archival pulsar survey data. So they didn't actually observe it.
They went to the library. They're like, let's see what other people have done first.
Yes, exactly. It was discovered in 2007, but the actual burst happened in 2001.
Oh.
And
what a space odyssey.
It originated from the Small Magellanic Cloud.
Oh, okay.
So,
neighbor.
pretty close.
Hey, neighbor.
It's commonly referred to as the Lorimer burst, and it lasted 5 milliseconds. So, not the longest.
No.
but it is one of the brightest that has ever been detected.
Oh, is that because it's so close?
Well, maybe, possibly.
Okay.
I don't have any information on the amount of energy that it put out, but I would say probably proximity plays into it. That particular one does not repeat.
Oh, so it was a one and done?
Yes, one and done. We're gonna come back to the one and dones versus the repeats.
And like where they're coming from, and like what's causing these things.
It's like a mystery.
I know it is. I'm like, wait, we haven't talked about what they are.
Or what causes
what's
them?
causing it? What's causing these radio farts, radio toots?
Yeah, exactly.
A Radiohead cover band, Radio Toots.
That would. All right, so we can cover Radiohead. All right. Anyway, the second one, the second burst, boom, fireworks, is called the King burst.
Oh, well. The ego on that one.
Apparently discovered by King. It was observed in data from the Parkes Multi-Beam Pulsar Survey in 2011. If you remember, the first one discovered at Parkes Observatory.
Yeah.
So with these first two, we now say, okay, we've seen two of these things. But they're from the same observatory, and we have not seen them anywhere else.
Yeah, so these guys, they're lying up their ass. They're faking all this data.
His kangaroos and koalas. And they're just fucking with the data somehow.
Yes.
So the question becomes, all right, so is this something weird going on? I don't know if we have lost.
Oh, we're, it's just the thing that happens when we buffer and then it does stupid stuff and I don't know how to fix it. So, whatever.
All right, so the question becomes, is this something weird going on with Parkes Observatory?
Or the universe. And the universe answered. It did. It's like, I'm a weird motherfucker.
It gave an answer in 2012 when the Arecibo telescope in Puerto Rico also saw one. And so now this is...
Oh, wait, rip Arecibo.
Yes, rest in peace. And so now it is not something weird going on with Parkes. It is something that we're seeing elsewhere.
That is science. You have your independent, researcher finding the same information, finding the same data, peer-reviewed.
So this is something that actually is happening in the universe that you can say is definitely happening.
One observatory is not crazy and has not been spending too much time locked up with the scope.
Yeah.
Telescope delirium has not set in.
But not only does this show that it is part of the universe, this one actually repeats. And so now they're not. We've seen one.
Oh, this is the exact same signal.
No, this is a third radio burst.
Okay, that repeats.
That does repeat.
Okay. I'm with you now.
Now we've seen 3 at this point. And this one does repeat, so it's coming from the same place in the sky, and it repeats. And now we even have a bigger mystery. It's not one and done.
Oh no!
It repeats. So what is actually causing this? But basically, what this did was it showed that in some cases FRB survived whatever caused it. and it ruled out a lot of cataclysmic events for the creation. So these
okay.
Yeah, so at this point you've had 2 years. I mean, you've had a few years well, since 2007, what is that, 5-6 years to really kind of discuss this and kind of come up with ideas on what these weird things are.
I mean, it's obviously going to be aliens at the end of the day, right?
We'll get there.
It's always.
And we'll get there. And so there were a lot of. It didn't say, the research didn't really say what these cataclysmic ones are, events are, but it ruled them out. So it originated in a galaxy that's 3 billion light years away. So what? What?
So, a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, man.
I mean, it was just, it's the wrong one. Sometimes you gotta grab the low-hanging fruit.
All right, so pretty far away, but really, ultimately, really close to us. Kind of close to us.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because the universe be big.
It's real big.
Yeah,
real big.
All right, so the most distant FRB that we have discovered was discovered in June of 2022. So just a few years ago, coming up on 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know why this is always down in friggin' Australia.
Well, I guess they got the best view. I don't know.
Until the Canadians come along and say...
Because they're looking at the universe upside down.
This was observed by the Australian Square Kilometre Array Pathfinder, which is a radio interferometer that consists of 36 12-meter antenna dishes. And in case you're wondering how big 12 meters is, because we got to make this American.
It knows me so well in my horrible math skills.
39 feet.
Okay.
So 2/3 of Dorrance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and for an example of like of a radio interferometer, the movie Contact.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, you're using multiple telescopes
to make a bigger telescope.
And it makes a bigger telescope. You can combine them together in a certain way, and it makes a bigger telescope. So if you have one telescope that is on one side of the Earth and the other one is on the other side,
you've got a telescope as big as the Earth.
You got a telescope as big as the Earth, and so it's really a cool thing about light and how you can use it. But the most distant one it originated in a galaxy 13 billion light years away.
Ooh.
So when the universe was 1 billion years old.
Wow.
So I was like, what does that really mean?
It means my brain is already melted.
Well, okay. So the average lifespan, and I'm choosing this because the math works for it. The average lifespan in America is 78.
Okay.
78 years.
Yeah.
It's like if you're 6 years old, you farted and then saw it when you're 78. So basically this is stuff that happened when the universe was like 6 years old.
Oh my God, that's. We're just watching little baby home movies of the universe.
Well, in this particular case, yeah. And other ones, it's just old men farting is all it is.
See, radio toots.
Oh God,
you have barely drinking anything.
I've had half of it.
Okay.
I've barely drinking anything? Is that the right English?
Nope. Continue, sir.
All right, let's bring the Canadians into this stuff. So let's make Eric proud.
They love it when Americans bring them into stuff. They so happy when that happens. Continue.
I was like, did I want to?
Nope. No. Focus on the show. Focus on the content.
The longest FRB.
Yes.
Was observed in 2019 by CHIME. Again, Canadian Hydrogen Intensity Mapping Experiment. It lasted 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And it had basically periodic peaks in it. So not only did it go boom in it, it oscillated. So it had peaks in it. And the discoverers compared it to a cosmic heartbeat, which was the second name I was going to have for a drink. So.
Oh my God.
So you can have that
That's
if you have
also
another one.
a really, a good tattoo idea.
A cosmic heartbeat?
Yeah, but like get that line.
Oh, shit. See, I didn't even see the line. I have to get that data.
Yeah, you get
and you
the
know
data.
How people have that, like, heart, like, you know, they'll do like a heartbeat and it goes to a dog or a heart or something. Yeah, you can do that. It can just be like, I don't know, pulsar or something.
And it goes to nothing.
I don't know what it ends in, but
and it goes. That's where physics ends. So
yeah. All right. So all of this shit is outside the galaxy. So let's look inside the house. And I had to look all in the house yesterday.
Oh my God.
That is a hangover story.
Yeah, stick around. What will Liz drink and what is the story? What happened inside the house yesterday?
It really is not as exciting as you think, but it freaked me out. It really freaked me out. I talked about it for hours.
It's a fun one.
Okay, so everything has been outside of the galaxy.
Yeah.
We finally found one inside the galaxy.
Boy.
And by we, I mean the Canadians.
Yeah.
We should move to Canada. Anyway, Eric, can you hook us up? Anyway, it was observed in April of 2020. So we're coming up on 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years. So it's a pandemic, FRB.
Yeah, it was a pandemic. What were you doing there, Nia? Were you like me and not doing anything? Or were you learning to bake bread? The Canadians were finding FRBs. But it wasn't just Chime that did this. It was a survey for transient astronomical radio emissions.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Stare 2.
Stare 2. Oh, God, creepy.
Yeah. And even though the Canadians were involved, this involved 3 telescopes that were in California and Utah.
Okay.
And so it lasted 1.5 milliseconds, so pretty short. It's only 30,000 light years away, but towards the center of the Milky Way galaxy.
Oh, so not in our direction.
Not in our direction.
No, wait, you mean going towards or coming from the center?
Oh, it's coming from that direction.
Coming from the center. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, I got you now. Okay.
Yeah, so 30,000 light years away, so it's inside of our galaxy.
Okay, ooh.
Yeah. All right.
Interesting.
So those are some of the kind of, I guess, more notable ones.
Mm-hmm.
But we did talk about FRBs that repeat and don't repeat.
Yes.
And it's going to be a theme that kind of just keeps showing up. So I guess we should talk about that.
Sure.
I do want to say that most FRBs do not repeat.
Okay.
There's only been a few
that we've seen based on our limited selection of data.
Exactly.
Especially when 10,000 are going off
every second. At least, in theory.
Yeah.
I hate saying in theory. That's in quotes, by the way. So most don't repeat. Mm-hmm. And a few that do repeat in really kind of irregular fashion, which we did kind of talk about. When we think of repeats, we want to, in physics, we want to say it happens, say, every 10 seconds.
Right.
And so in this particular case, it might be that it happens 9 seconds, and then next time it's 15 seconds.
Well, I mean, you don't fart in rhythm, on routine.
You don't?
So...
there is one, though, that does repeat regularly.
I mean, that's fibrous.
Yes. So they have a good diet.
Yeah. Being the fiber one.
Yeah. It is FRB 180-916. And it repeats every 16.35 days.
Okay.
And it was announced by the Canadians in 2020.
Man. They're killing it in the FRB fields.
The Canadians love things that fart in the universe, and this is going to be the fart episode.
I don't know what's happening. We're just evolving as the show goes on.
It's 457 million light years away and is in a spiral galaxy, which, in my research, they said it was very similar to the Milky Way.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking like barred galaxy, and from our understanding of the mapping of the Milky Way, it looks very similar to the Milky Way.
Cool.
And so that is the one that does repeat. So there are some differences between the ones that repeat and the ones that don't repeat.
The repeating.
What?
The repeating.
So, repeating FRBs tend to last a little bit longer farts.
Oh, okay. Well, they took a lot of Beano and just got to get it out.
But
build up.
They are observed over a narrow band of radio waves. Oh. So, kind of focused, but it lasts longer. Mm-hmm. The non-repeating ones, you see them over a broader spectrum of wavelengths, but they don't last as long.
Yes.
Okay, and
so more explosive, maybe?
Over more wavelengths? Yeah, sure. I guess so.
Yeah. Don't worry about it, Eric.
I said, can you sponsor me and Liz to immigrate to Canada? Anyway, so what that does is actually points to the ones, the repeating ones and the non-repeating ones have different origin stories.
Okay, yeah.
So the same thing is not really producing both of them.
No.
So
I mean, after all, it's just like a fast radio burst, so it's just a burst of energy in the radio, so it doesn't mean it has to be coming from the same thing.
Exactly.
Because it's just a generalized kind of term for...
Yeah, exactly. And, all right, for me, all right. I took a drink because I was hoping that extra second could...
Get your thoughts together?
Yeah, and it didn't work.
No. So...
No, I hate it when, we're like, okay, the same explanation has to work for all FRBs. I don't like that. Yeah. Now, I do think that if all your FRBs look exactly the same, then I definitely want it to be the same explanation for it.
Explanation.
Yeah, but you have different things going on. Whatever it is, the same reason.
It's like UFOs. UFO just stands for unidentified flying object, so it doesn't mean it's always aliens. And so far, it's never been proven to be aliens. So, I'm just saying.
Do you not believe?
They're out there.
I believe in aliens and Bigfoot.
I believe.
And the Yeti.
Insert X-Files theme here.
Yes. All right, so what are they? What are FRBs?
What?
I know you've been waiting the entire time.
Yes.
So here we go. Short answer, we don't fucking know.
Yeah, of course we don't know. God, astronomers are like the ultimate science teases.
They really are, aren't they? They give you all these little pretty pictures of this data,
and then it's just like
we don't know what it is.
We don't know yet.
I don't know.
Could be be this.
Some 8-year-old. You guys figure it out.
Yeah.
We're giving you the data.
By the time you're our age, the technology will be better, so it's up to you to...
All right. But there are a few hints as to what it could be. Observations suggest they originate from violent and energetic environments.
Yeah, well, you got a lot of high energy being...
White dwarfs, neutron stars...
Yeah.
Black holes are going to factor into this, which makes me so happy. Anyway. Oh, what was that line in a Nirvana song that you actually...
The Magnetar one.
Magnetars, yes. What's the line? Do you remember?
I can't. Don't put me on the spot to remember things right now.
All right. So, let's talk Magnetars for a second.
Yeah, and also... Did I do a shot on Magnetars, or was that a news article?
I think we did something.
Okay, check out
have done
whatever we did on Magnetar.
We've done so many episodes and shots that I cannot remember them all anymore. And I do have a list. But I just... Yeah. Anyway, let's backtrack.
Okay.
We're talking about magnetars. Let's talk about how they're formed.
Yeah.
So you have big star. Mm-hmm. Big star, much more massive than our sun. You know, like me. So if we were stars, you would be the sun. I would be something like Beetlejuice, and I'm just gonna explode, and you're just gonna kind of fluff off your outer atmosphere.
But no, I want to explode. That's the more fun one.
Okay, all right.
We're a binary pair, and then we collide, and then we both explode together.
Yeah, and then Jack and Leia, they just fluff off their outer.
They live forever and ever and ever.
They do. Anyway, okay, this is just
what's happening? Get back! Stop! No more analogies. No more analogies.
So anyway, big massive stars like Beetlejuice, for example, they will explode in a supernova at the end of their life, and depending on, so all this shit just goes out into the universe.
Yeah.
And then depending on the mass of the core. That's basically left over at the center, you're going to have one of two things. You're either going to have a neutron star, or you're going to have a black hole. All right. So, let's assume for this podcast that it is a neutron star that is left over.
Okay.
All right. 99% of the time, it's just a regular old neutron star.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But for 1% of those times, it has such a strong magnetic field that it's called a magnetar.
Oh.
And these strong magnetic fields tend to be 1,000 trillion times stronger than the Earth's magnetic field. If you want, so I had to look this up because I actually did figure out how far away Major Photon is today.
Oh, yeah, Major Photon.
Yeah.
We haven't checked in with it.
Haven't checked in with it. We should do that today. Anyway, I was like, what's after a trillion? You know, you got like thousands, million, billion, trillion. And so this would be it's 1 quadrillion times stronger than the Earth's magnetic field. And then you have quintillion. And after that, I don't know.
And then it's like a sextillion and septillion and octillion and
something
whatever 9 is. 9-tillion.
Big fucking numbers.
And then
you can't.
like decatillion. Google are we at a Google yet? When do we get to Google? Anyway.
Google Plex is Anyway.
Continue.
All right. Anyway, so these have very powerful magnetic fields, and this powerful magnetic field might be responsible for FRBs. Yes, and there's actually evidence for this. So in 2020, FRB 200-428.
Cool.
All right, 200-200-428
is
was associated with magnetar SGR. So I guess
Sagittarius?
Supernova. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay.
1935 plus 2154. Yeah. And it was also had a burst of X-rays that were associated with it.
Oh.
So kind of maybe the first time that we saw radio waves.
Hanging out with the X-rays?
Hanging out with something else.
Get those clicks together. And
yeah, and so this suggests emission models favoring pulses of electromagnetic radiation caused by magnetar burst and flares.
Yeah. So it's just releasing a lot of fast, high energy radio.
Yeah.
When it's flaring up.
And X-rays.
When it's throwing a little tantrum.
Yeah, and the magnetar survives all this. So it's not like the burst destroys it.
Yeah.
And so these would repeat.
Okay.
So magnetars.
Okay, and that's why it would repeat not necessarily in time or at the same interval, because just like our sun, when our sun has like a CME, it's not like in a rhythm. It's just kind of whenever shit builds up and it's got to release a bit of energy.
Exactly.
Yay.
All right. So magnetars might be responsible for it.
Okay, I like it. I
do. Yeah, it's exactly. Neutron star merger could also be responsible for it.
Okay.
So what they do is they merge and create a supermassive compact object.
So just like
this
a
is
fucking dense ass star. I mean,
yeah, but this is kind of a way of saying this is a step between you have two neutron stars that are combining. They're going to ultimately make a black hole. And so this is just kind of, hey, we're looking
beforehand?
at this. Yeah, we're looking at this middle step.
Okay, like it's these are no longer stars. They're
yeah. So they're in this weird flux of merging and stuff like that, and are ultimately going to become a black hole and all that. But what the supermassive compact object does is going to quickly collapse into a black hole. But what it does, and we're going to see this in a second, and we're going to see it in another, like right after this, it ejects the magnetic field, the magnetosphere of that neutron star.
Ejects its magnetic field?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, and so...
An ejector seat? Just...
Yeah, this magnetic field is no longer attached to anything, so it immediately disintegrates into a flood of... electromagnetic radiation, and could be a FRB.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. There's a slight variation to this next, but so basically, though, since you have two neutron stars that have combined to form a black hole, this is not going to repeat.
And no, why this is you can't.
Yes.
Once you're a black hole, that's it. It's final. There's no.
Now remember when we talked about the differences between repeat and not repeat. The ones that don't repeat have a broader.
Yeah. It's because of that poof disbursement.
Yeah, and so that makes sense with this.
Poofs.
It poofs, and it doesn't last long. Because it's pretty much instant. Yeah. You know, and yeah, and so and it doesn't last long because also like the radius of this event is not very big, so it doesn't take long to go from one side to the other side, and that kind of determines how big these things are.
Yeah, okay.
And so that could be responsible for the ones that don't repeat. But there's a variation of this. It's called a blitzar.
Hey, here we are. You feeling blitzard yet?
For some reason, I am kind of feeling it.
Oh, wow. Well, you only had the one breakfast sandwich that I made. I made breakfast sandwiches.
I did.
But I only made one, so.
I was working on this.
Yeah.
Anyway, blitzars are hypothetical. So, I'm not saying they exist. I like the idea of this, but I'm not saying that they exist.
I mean, really, like what? Probably 90% of our knowledge of the universe is hypothetical. So, I mean, you know.
Fair at this point. Anyway, these are hypothetical types of neutron stars. They spin so fast that the centrifugal forces for the neutron star actually counteract gravity a little bit. Ooh. And so it prevents the neutron star from collapsing into a black hole, which it normally would have done, but it's spinning so fast. It's like Saturn. Saturn is bigger around the middle.
Yeah.
And so it's flinging those. So if you ever want to know the difference between centrifugal and centripetal forces, centrifugal with an F wants to fling you away. Centripetal wants to pull you towards the center.
Okay.
Anyway, so the centrifugal forces want to fling the outer parts.
So it's a tug and war happening.
Yeah, it's a tug of war.
You get. So resistance is not futile.
No, and we don't have to take a drink to that. And so it prevents it from
collapsing
into a black hole. However, it only prevents it for a short
so
amount
long.
of time.
Yeah. Okay, so resistance is futile at the end of the day.
Yes, it is. Gravity is like, hold my beer. It's going to happen. I'll wait.
Gravity is all the time in the universe.
I'm a patient assassin. Yeah. Anyway, so the problem is the magnetic field radiates energy away. It slows down the rotation.
And so it can't maintain that.
Yes, eventually it slows down to the point where gravity overwhelms the centrifugal force and it collapses into a black hole. Now, all of a sudden, that magnetic field is cut off from its source because the neutron star has gone away. Sure, the black hole's there, but it is still kind of cut off. And so it just kind of, like before, fizzles into this electromagnetic radiation burst, and could be responsible for FRBs. In fact, this was proposed, the whole idea of blitzars.
Blitzars? I still can't get over the name, blitzars.
Was proposed in 2013 by Heino Falke and Luciano Ravella.
Sure. Say confidence.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, Federico would, let me know if I was wrong, but he's not with us right now, so at least in the chat.
He never made it back from Prague.
He did not. And they estimate, Heino and Luciano estimate it happens every 10 seconds in the observable universe. Which was, when I saw that, I was like, this is fucking amazing, every 10 seconds.
Man, the universe is busy. It's a pretty busy place.
It's big and busy.
It's very active.
A handful of FRBs observed so far may have come from blitzar collapses.
Oh.
But, it's more data needs to be found out.
Yeah.
There's other things like white dwarf collisions, white dwarf neutron star collisions that could also do it. There's also...
yeah, universe ain't got no time for games.
It's all business. All business. There is also the Planetary Society is also have a list of all the different things that could be FRBs.
Okay, cool.
And one of the things that they talk about would be like there's the potential that it could be variable stars. And so this would mean that it's created when radio bursts travel through a thick medium of plasma, like around the star. So this would mean that it does not originate outside the galaxy. It's inside the Milky Way. And it results from flaring stars within the Milky Way. Have you got a note about Peyton's? Oh, no, I do not have a note about that. But you can put it in chat. Anyway.
I'm like, I don't know what words I said.
Yeah, it's associated with variable stars, but there's no evidence so far.
Okay.
Yes.
Evidence. So hard to get evidence in the universe.
And I hate saying this, but it did come up just once, but not in a, but it was maybe kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing. Aliens.
I mean, of course, aliens. You can't rule out aliens. You gotta include aliens because it's fun. Because it's fun to imagine, aliens did it. It's never going to be aliens.
It's never going to be aliens.
Except for the one time.
Oh, the one time that
it's going to be aliens.
The one time it's going to be aliens, and you're going to have that dude with the crazy hair that's on the History Channel. He's like, see, told you, aliens, they did the pyramids.
Like,
and,
like, you're the worst, dude. Get out of here. But take him.
Oh, God. Anyway, so that is a look at fast radio bursts, FRBs. Furbs. Yeah, but we don't know what they are. we see them. We've seen over 1,000 of them.
Yes.
And
apparently they're happening all the time.
Yeah, estimated 10,000 times a day. Because what is it that Katie said? The universe ain't got time for games. Yeah. It's all business.
Yeah.
It's blowing shit up.
I mean, very active stuff, very high energy stuff that's out there.
Yeah, and we don't know what it is.
It's interesting that not a lot is closer to us, maybe, or maybe not, because you have to have, say, in these, long evolved processes, happening before you get to what are the possible hypothetical causes.
Yeah.
So, but.
Yeah, and this is the stuff that I absolutely love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, this is for me. Seeing stuff that we already understand is boring. Sure, we see it, we understand it. It's nice to have that validation. But what I really like is yeah, show about nothing. I would like to think this was something.
No, the universe is kind of a show about nothing in a way.
I like the stuff that we don't understand that we then have to try to figure out.
Yeah, yeah.
So
you like, I don't know, science happening.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, right? So in physics, there is experiment drives theory, which drives experiment, which drives theory. And so I love that we're seeing these things that we don't understand, and we have to try to figure out within what we do currently understand that could explain this stuff. And I do think that ultimately this is not gonna give us new physics.
No. Oh, no.
New physics is
like this is like, oh, this is gonna be just a natural part of the universe, a natural phenomenon.
New physics. Oh shit! Yes, I do remember that. There was. Excuse me. Yeah, there was something. Obviously, I didn't see it in my research, but yeah, there was like some observatory or something. They were getting signals, and it was somebody that was doing microwaves. They were doing the microwave. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, no, I think new physics can come from particle physics and not, which is then going to lead to a deeper understanding of what the universe is, and maybe bring in gravity, and it's going to explain some of these weirder things. But
you're a fancy particle physics man, so
yeah,
you're biased towards the particles. But no, it makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
But that's where I think.
I know.
Yeah, I think the future is, and 100 years ago the same was true, but the future is particle physics, and it's and particle physics.
That's the new slogan of Quark's Bar. It's Quark's Bar. The future is quarks.
The future is quarks. Yes, quarks and leptons. We got to include those.
Oh well, I'll get like a little bunny logo. Well, bunny, because lepus, because leptons and lepus, the hair, see, like that nerdy science to constellation joke.
I like it. I do like it. All right, cool. So that's FRBs.
Wow, that's cool.
We don't know what the fuck they are.
I didn't know what the fuck they could have been.
But the thing is like I think we have talked about it.
I feel like in things, yes. I mean, I've heard of FRBs and whatnot, and I think we've talked about them. But those are one of those things that they're not, like, when we're in the planetarium, it's not something that you really talk about because it's such a niche thing that's there. So there's no really like way to like bring it up in a. You know,
I wanted a topic.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying it's not something I know a lot about because I never really delved into it much or really knew to delve into it more kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm glad you had this topic. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, Katie's brain's melted, but every time we do like a non-highness guy. My brain melts with all this stuff anyway.
Okay. Well, it's the universe is brain meltingly awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, in case you're wondering, I don't know if Brandon's listening or not.
I don't know. He's driving.
But for a major photon update, he left Utah on March 22nd, 2020 at 2:26 p.m. Central Time. And as of 8 a.m. this morning, basically, it was 5 light years away. 29.402 trillion miles.
Wow.
So a long way. And if you want to know how many Skittles that is, because everybody always asks me.
We do.
3.943 quintillion Skittles.
So many Skittles.
So many Skittles. Just like right in my mouth.
Man. Go on, Major Photon.
Yeah, so join us in 2 weeks when we have a high in the sky for April. And when I had gotten to this point, it had written aliens. Always someone who says aliens in the podcast, in the notes. I was like, should we have done April this time? But we didn't. So in 2 weeks.
I thought about it, but I was like, you know what? I don't feel like it, so I'm going to let him handle the episode.
So in 2 weeks, April 6th, join us for our High in the Sky. I will have a new tattoo at that point, and maybe I'll show you. I don't know. Anyway, so cheers, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
If you're with us now, stick around for the hangover. We will be right back. Right back. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, hello.
That cookie.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it hit the back of my throat.
Oh no, you got a little sprinkle.
Yeah.
We have Impulse Buy is the frosted animal cookies. I haven't had these in like so long.
Not mad about it.
And oh my god, it's just like a bite of childhood. Yeah. All right, our main episode was on FRBs, otherwise known as fast radio bursts.
Liz, what are you drinking?
And during that episode, we left a mystery of will Liz
2 mysteries.
switch to a drink for the hangover? And the reveal is... Yes, she did. She switched to sake.
I know it looks like milk.
We had this leftover. We got some sake this weekend because we were feeling, let's have something different. And Mike wanted to finish off the bottle, so he poured me this big glass of sake.
Yeah.
But it's good. Mild and kind of fruity.
I figured that since I was playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, that we should get like a Japanese drink.
Yes.
Oak Ridge, Oregon does not have the biggest selection of alcohols. They do, but they don't.
They got banana whiskey, but they don't. They had one bottle of sake.
And we basically bought them out of sake. They only had one bottle.
One bottle of one bottle.
Yeah, not all I had.
Katie would like to know how you like Assassin's Creed Shadows so far. We are not getting any money from Ubisoft for your review.
No. I actually...
Kampai.
I do like it. Mm-hmm. It has a lot of cutscenes in the beginning, and so you don't really play a lot in the first, hour, as much as you think you're going to play. But it does fill in a lot of backstory.
Yeah. Well, they're known for...
Great.
They like the story in Assassin's Creed.
They definitely are providing a lot of story in this one. More so than, say, Valhalla or things like that. I got to get used to the mechanics a little bit. They're different from Valhalla. Interestingly enough, I played Valhalla so that I could get used to the mechanics, and then they messed it all up. But they changed it all up. The landscapes is absolutely amazingly beautiful.
Well, yeah, they're known for doing real good on the graphics and the area.
Just even going from from Valhalla to Shadows is just it's just leaps and bounds.
Really?
Yeah, and though I haven't played long enough to see like a change in seasons, it does have change in seasons. I want to see like the changes in the trees and all that kind of stuff. It has cool. Dynamic seasons. So so far I love it. It's killing me right now in a particular part, but
you'll get past it. You'll do it.
Yeah. But no, it's great. So all right.
That's cool.
So the other mystery we left them with was why I had to check the whole house.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I was like, wait, what was it that happened? Yes, tell them what. Tell them. Regale the
It was
masses.
when we had gotten back, right? All right, so we had to take Winter to the vet yesterday. Yeah. It was when we got back, right?
It was fine when we got back.
Oh.
It was sometime after that, which I think was...
So, I will make the bed in the morning, and... it's just, hey, you put the comforter over everything. So, not a big thing. It's really
we're not big bed maker people.
It's really just to keep dog hair off of everything.
Yeah.
And so I do it every morning, and the bed was made. We got home from bringing Winter back, and the bed was made, and then the bed wasn't made.
Yeah, he came. I was in the kitchen. I don't know if it was It wasn't when we were starting dinner yet, I don't think. No, I was sitting watching TV and you had gotten up to get something and then come back. I don't know. Anyway, irrelevant. But he goes, "Did you take a nap earlier?" And I was like, no, because I've been like around this whole time. Like, there's been no time where I would have taken a nap and he wouldn't have like known I was taking a nap. And I was like, no. And he's like, because my side of the bed looks like somebody undid it and got into it.
Exactly.
And I was like, it's probably one of the dogs. I was like, it's probably Leia. And I went and I looked at it, and it did look like
it looked like
somebody purposely. I said ghost. You know what? My first response was, I guess the ghost is getting pretty comfortable in the house.
Yeah, but then you also said it's like a reverse. Maybe it was a reverse. What is it? The one Goldilocks.
Oh, it was a reverse bear situation. Like we had a bear come in and take a little nap.
No, I want to see a bear, but not fine with that.
No, I'm pretty. It was definitely Leia that rummaged in the bed. It was just how neat it was, and there was like a dent on the pillow. But
Oh my god! But I was like, nope. Somebody was in the house. I searched the house.
So he went around apparently and looked all over the house.
I looked all over the house.
But in the shower curtain.
I even looked in the shower curtains.
Closets. Did you look in the linen closet?
I looked everywhere. And there was no hiding individual. But then I was like, later on, I was like, oh, Leia would have eaten them. Jack would have barked, but then Jack would have been like, let's play. All you got to do is pet both of them and you're fine.
Maybe it was an FGB, a fast ghost burst.
That just like pulled it looked. Even this morning, I like sent a picture to Liz.
He did. He's like, proof, the bed is made.
The bed is made.
Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure it was.
I think
it was definitely Leia. It was definitely
ghost.
I mean,
it was a ghost. Even Katie's with me.
Well, and now our so we have like the little Google Minis, around the house. We only have 3 of them, and so one was in the bedroom, and one in the living room, and one in the office here. And the one in the bedroom, like, it kept all of a sudden going, microphone off. Microphone is now on. And it would just do this every now and then. So I'm like, great, okay, so the microphone thing is like breaking. So we unplugged it, and I moved the one that was in here into our bedroom. And then last night, in the middle of the night,
I didn't hear
because I had gotten up to go to the bathroom, and so I was like getting back into that sleep, and I hear microphone on, and I was like, wait a minute, and I was like, no, and then I hear microphone off. And I was like, oh my gosh, no, not again. And so I turned the volume down on it really low. And then I haven't heard it since, but we'll see because the volume's still really low on it. But then I'm like, great, another one I have to unplug. They're all breaking and I have to get new ones now.
Google's not going to murder us now, though.
Microphone off. The microphone is now on.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? I flipped the microphone switch. Yeah, no, you are out. You are out.
Which is the definition of how I sleep.
I know, the ghosts are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's ghosts.
Fucking with the microphone button.
Like, yeah, we have ghosts here. This house is not that old, but we have ghosts somehow, for some reason. Because, like, Winter will just, like, stare at something.
Oh, but cats do that. Cats can see in different light than we see.
They see ghosts. They see ghosts. Yeah, and Jack barks at nothing, so he sees something.
Oh my god, he's just reacting. I think he's just barking at his own heartbeat at this point. It's just.
Yeah, so I think we have ghosts here. So the ghost could have done it playing pranks.
And the ghost, it was just getting tired. Just want to lay down for a minute.
Yeah. I think you did it, and you're gaslighting me somehow. Anyway, why is it always aliens in the universe? I know we talked about this in the main show.
Because it's fun. Also, I mean, it's hard to imagine what else things could be. Oh, well, I would say it's hard to... Yeah, it's the easy route because it's hard to imagine that we are alone in the universe with the size and scale
I don't think we're
of
alone.
The universe. So then, if there's something crazy that we're like, this shouldn't be happening here, it's like, oh, well, we shouldn't be happening here, so it must be aliens.
So basically what we're saying is...
They're the ghosts of the universe.
It's just lazy.
We don't know what happened with the fucking cover, so it was ghosts.
Yeah.
Or now,
aliens.
it's aliens. It could have been aliens. They just stopped off. They got a little tired.
Why didn't they just wait? I mean, that would have been a great conversation. I'd rather have a conversation with them than the...
What language are you going to speak?
Jehovah's Witnesses that come here looking for me every once in a while.
They came when he was out of town.
They did.
And I was like, I gotta work. I was like, goodbye. I was like, I'm not humoring this bullshit.
Liz is like, he's not here. I gotta go work.
They're like, oh, we'll talk to anybody. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm working. I don't have time. They're like, okay. I was like, bye.
Oh my God. Do you know if it's the same people?
Well, they mentioned you.
Oh,
so it was a guy and a girl. So.
Oh, so
they mentioned that they talked to.
They're gonna come tomorrow. They come on Mondays.
They do come on Mondays.
So tomorrow, if I can get through tomorrow,
don't humor them anymore, because then that's how you get ants. You know, all right. You leave crumbs, they keep coming back. You gotta just.
I like to introduce them to science.
That's not gonna. You're not gonna do anything. You're not doing anything. You're not saving the world. You're not. No one's turning around and becoming.
You know, if I can pull them back from the clutches of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Of Jesus, the clutches of Jesus.
Then I have done my bit for religion.
You've done your bit for God and country.
For God and country, yes. Oh my God.
But yeah, so aliens.
It's always aliens.
It's always aliens. Whoever gets to convert you gets the most Jesus points.
Hey, Federico!
Mike brought you up in the main show. We're glad you made it back from Prague.
Yes. Yes.
See, proof. Federico's alive.
He did send me an email, and then, oh God, I did not respond to it in a timely manner, and for that I am sorry. But I was slammed with stuff for work.
Yeah.
But I got him an answer, and then he said, "I'll let you know how it goes." And he didn't respond to me.
To turnabout's fair play. Don't respond for longer.
Yeah, I think.
Don't respond for like a whole week. Just make him sweat it out.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome, Federico. You missed me just butchering 2 Italian names.
I mean, maybe it's aliens with like really high energy generators, ships. That's when they're releasing MFRBs when they kick it to warp drive.
Oh, okay.
You know, kind of a thing. Or like their nuclear, it's like, you know, how our nuclear power plants, I should say, because I don't know what does what. You know, when it releases shit into the atmosphere, you know, hey, they're super advanced aliens, and so their energy sources are releasing FRBs out into the universe atmosphere.
So in the animation, the ship goes way out like light speed, and it just
and then you got
disappears,
this little,
and it's just like a fart cloud.
Yeah.
And that's the FRB.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I think the science checks out.
Like
the science is legit on that. I think we should put a paper out.
Well, but to reach warp speed, you have to have incredibly high energies that we in no way can get, which is the problem of the even dreaming about warp speed. So if a species out there happen to be able to do it, they would need something really, really highly energetic, and maybe the FRBs are a byproduct.
Yeah, I think it legit checks out.
The sarcastic tone in your voice says, not seriously considering your proposal. Thank you.
I say we write a paper on it and see what happens. I think we ought to put somebody else's name on this, but on the paper. Let them get the credit for it. Who do we want to get the credit?
Brandon, he's not here.
He's listening though.
It's like that in a group project, you know, and one person doesn't show up. So if it ends up bad, they just put the one person's name on it. So
yeah, exactly. So we'll do that. FRBs, Warp Farts by Brandon Riddle.
Warp farts. Back to the farts.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, so then it's like super advanced factory toots, you know, like they're manufacturing.
I love how like you're saying toots. You've said that multiple times, and I'm just like farts.
Because radio toots. Because I'm trying to get that subliminal message to grasp into somebody's brain to form radio toots.
You can do it.
So,
So would we have to rework Creep to something else?
Yeah, I'm not a songwriter. I can't. That's why I just throw out the puns on the things. That's what I do. I'm the but anyway, I'm just saying. You wanted to know how it could be aliens. I'm giving you some possible, and I would say loosely plausible answers. If anything could, if I could like punch that wall 20 times and one time go through according to the laws of particle physics.
Oh, it's not 20 times. It is a lot more than 20.
Yes, but I'm saying it could be at any time. Then hey, this shit could happen.
Yes.
It's like the old McDonald's slogan. It could happen. You can't say 0%.
Old McDonald.
The old McDonald's. The former McDonald's slogan in commercials, McDonald's.
It could happen?
It could happen, yeah. That was the slogan for a long time. It could happen, and it was like the commercials would be like some kid is like doing like pro basketball stuff, and then they take a bite in the Big Mac, and then it's like, hey, it could happen,
I never saw this.
Yeah,
I have never.
No. Okay, somebody has to. Katie, you're close enough in age. You should be able to remember the "It Could Happen" McDonald's slogan. Oh, she had to Google this. It's from 1994. Wait, is it only 1994?
Is the McDonald's?
Because that would be a very niche memory of marketing if it was only 1994.
1994 McWorld. Oh my god! All right.
I thought it was a slogan for a long time. Hey, it could happen.
Yeah, no, I never heard of that. All right, let's skip this.
I'm the only one that remembers fast food slogans like Burger King, have it your way.
That answer is
Only year the Suns were good. Hey, 93 to 94. I don't know if we can legally.
Pluto?
What a commercial you picked.
Oh my god.
now. Who knows the answer to this one?
Hey, it could happen. Jesus Christ. Okay, alright.
See, it did happen.
It did happen. Oh. The only year the Suns were good? Oh, wait a minute, hold on. 93, 94. Okay.
So there you go. I stand by my reference in relation to anything could happen according to the laws of physics.
But apparently you're the only one who saw this.
I'm the only one that these McDonald's commercials made such an impression on me as a 9-year-old that I think they were the slogan for a long time.
All right, so
for years.
Anything could happen in the laws of physics. I'm gonna say except explicitly where it can't.
Oh, where explicitly could it not?
Yeah, it can't because it violates the laws of physics.
But aliens don't violate the laws of physics.
No, they have to live within the laws of physics.
But maybe they figured out a way to harness energy in a way that we don't know yet. So we're at a current barrier to our understanding of the laws of physics.
No, I give you that.
And a byproduct of that advanced
is FRB.
Is FRBs.
There is just such a
I feel like my reasoning is sound. Elizabeth thinks we're in a time dilation. Maybe you should check out our episode on time.
Thankfully, we got to add that as a drinking rule. I love how like the finger goes out. Anyway, there's
because I'm using a nice a Scotch glass.
Time be wild.
Time be wild.
Yeah.
FRBs be wild.
Yeah, there's just a market difference between like the main episode and this.
A market difference?
Market?
Marked.
There's a big difference.
I got you.
The main. Yeah, because the alcohol.
Well, yeah, because you've had alcohol, then I've started to have alcohol.
Yeah, why did you not have alcohol?
I was just feeling like some tea.
I'm just gonna have water next time. We'll see how it.
Can have water. I was gonna have water, and then I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I can drink tea. I don't have to drink boring water. Let me add herbs to my water to spice it up for the show. That was my reasoning right there.
Time be wild. Science be wild.
Science be wild.
I mean, it's
like
been a while
FRBs.
since we said that. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, you have nothing more to say on that.
I got nothing more to say. I had aliens and ghosts. I still want to know what was in our bed. It was not
It
Leia.
was Leia.
It was not Leia.
It was Leia.
It was not
She
Leia.
has moved the covers before.
No, not
she just
like,
happened to do it neatly this time.
Not like a people.
It is an Occam's razor situation.
No. Then
it was Leia.
Then is Ghost.
Then it was Leia.
Occam's razor points to ghosts. It points to ghosts. It points to ghosts.
It doesn't, because ghosts are highly unlikely to exist. Because there's
ghosts live here.
Because think of how many ghosts there would be.
And one of them is gonna move.
And if it's energy, and if it's energy,
to move the
it has to. If it has energy, then it's in a form of, one of the wavelengths that we have technologies to view. So, like, we should be able to see ghosts.
Yeah, I saw
in one of the wavelengths of light.
It was in our bed. It moved.
And if they are energetic, think about how many people have lived and died on the Earth, right? Then combine.
We figured this up though one time.
That energy. So then maybe FRBs are ghosts. The collective energy of ghosts.
You know, the really interesting thing is, like, we figured out. All right, so Liz and I. I don't know how this came up. It was before Jehovah's Witnesses showed up. It was, and we had gotten in some sort of conversation about, like, okay, how many people have lived and died on the earth, and does that 144 for the Jehovah's Witnesses include them or not?
Yeah.
And so we figured it out. We got a number, and I was able to use that.
This is what we do.
This
is what we do on a Saturday night.
But it was not a Saturday night. It was daytime. The sun was up. I do remember that. Sun being up.
The ghost from Interstellar, Matthew McConaughey, was in her bed. All right.
Oh, God, no. Please, no. All right, so we need more sage is what we need so that we can get rid of the ghost.
Well, it's proven not to be like a mean ghost or a spiteful ghost. It's just a ghost that wants to, like, talk to the Google.
He wants to ghostlight me. Instead of gaslight, he wants to ghostlight
me. Ghostlight. Oh, that could be a fun, interesting concept for, like, a movie, like The Ghostlighter. And it's...
The Ghostlighter?
I don't know. It's like a...
Welcome to
it's
The Hangover,
a ghost going around gaslighting people.
This is The Hangover. We're only, 20 minutes into this?
Look, this is your episode.
Right, I had nothing. I told you. I did the first part. That's all I come up with.
I did the first part.
And then it was like, why is it always aliens? And that has led to this. So
I'm sorry, but I think we have come up with a lot of interesting... Olive is drinking sage now. You know what? I do love sage. The smell of sage. We hardly ever have sage in anything. I need to get more sage.
Do I have to come up with drinks now that involve sage?
Oh, you might. I was on a rosemary kick for a long time where I just wanted...
Oh my God, she was on a... The only way we could get off this rosemary kick was I had to go to Prague.
Because I was too lazy to put the rosemary in the drink
I
myself.
had to leave the country so that we would not have...
Ghostlighter.
Starring Nick... Oh God, Nick Cage is everything.
The Ghostlighter. He does the ghost... It's the sequel to The Ghost Rider. Then he becomes the Ghostlighter, you know?
Oh my God. What movie did we say that we needed to watch? This was last night. We finished The Residence. That was fun. They need to make... I wanted to watch Twister. The original Twister. What it was.
Because
No, you wanted to see the the remake?
Well, I did. I wanted to see the remake as well, just because
You want to see if there's a flying
I wanted
cow.
to see if there was a flying cow cameo to call back as an Easter egg to the original Twister. But we watched this tornado documentary of a tornado that happened in Joplin, Missouri in 2011, and it was crazy. And I've decided that yes, I would much rather live in earthquake area than Tornado Alley.
We're in volcano area though.
We are in both earthquake and volcano area, although more volcano-y.
Though I don't think that we have any volcanoes near us that are gonna go boom. We just have.
Oh no, we're out of the kill zone of
Yellowstone.
We're out of the kill zone of Yellowstone by like just a hair, I think. But anyway.
Yay!
Crap. Well, I mean, in Utah, we were not. We were in the kill zone.
We were in the kill
zone.
So
we have, yeah. And so then watching the tornado documentary, I was like, oh, Twister would be fun. That'd be a lighthearted,
And then we go for a walk, and we have this like 8-hour conversation with two of our neighbors. Oh my God! Leia was losing her mind.
Yeah, it was good though.
I started losing my mind. But anyway, so he was talking about like this, like wind tunnels.
Oh yeah, wind tunnels, and like they have a wind tunnel by their house, and he had like 80-mile-per-hour winds like the other day, and I was like,
we don't have that.
I was like, I'm glad we don't have a wind tunnel or somewhere right by our house, because.
Yeah, I mean, we had a windstorm
like a lot of fast wind.
Ogden, and Liz got a little PTSD with that.
It knocked our fence down.
Yeah, and
it was all cosmetic damage. It just was like, oh, great, another thing to deal with.
But,
and you went out there to try to save pieces of the fence,
and
Katie was there, and me and Katie were like, what are you doing now?
I'm saving the fence.
Things were blowing around. It blew up the couch, that we had out front.
To our neighbor's house.
Because we were hoping somebody would take it away from us. It blew it across the street.
Which we got the most amazing letter from about that couch. And we still have it.
Yeah, we've talked about that on the show before. It was scary. It was a little freaky.
It was fine. It was just a little breeze. Just a little breeze. It was fine. Did it blow me away? No.
Almost.
How?
Almost. And I would have dreams that involved fences being blown apart, or having to repair fences and climbing through fences. I don't remember this.
I almost got my head bashed by the fence.
Yeah, you had pieces that were flying towards you, and you were it was
I was fighting it. I was fighting the fence.
You're trying to grab the fence and grab pieces that are flailing on the fence.
I don't
and things
remember
are flying everywhere. Yeah, it was.
It was just a little breeze. For breeze.
Oh my gosh.
I have no memory of this.
Yeah, probably because you got hit in the head with the fence piece. You got a concussion we didn't know about.
That would explain a lot.
Oh my, yeah. So I would not live in a tornado alley or hurricane alley.
I would not live.
I'll take the ground shaking and opening under my feet.
I would not live in Oklahoma or any of those places
for various reasons.
For other reasons that have nothing to do with tornadoes. Yeah. So
I mean, but watching, and we both commented on it, even though it's not something you want to happen because people lost their lives. But every I'll say every destructive force, or almost every destructive force, from huge ass tornadoes to tsunamis to the atom bomb, they're pretty damn gorgeous to look at. They're really fantastical sights because they're so just above this. They're at the scale, and it's just almost an incomprehensible force of nature. And to see it, well, the atom bomb's not a force of nature, but you know what I mean when I say that. I mean, it is physics, so So then imagine then the sight of the destructive. It's like the beauty goes up in destructive power, because then if you look at a supernova, and
because it's just the awesomeness of it.
Yeah.
And I don't mean awesomeness as in
cool,
oh,
dude.
This is really cool. It's because we were listening to a podcast yesterday, coming back from Eugene, taking Winter to the vet, and the podcast really was about a dam break in Pennsylvania, and it in the podcast, it talked about these dudes that were just kind of basically standing
Just
on the side of it, watching it. And I was like, can you imagine just the view of that?
Yeah, just this
and just how
powerful,
insane and powerful and just
barrage of water.
Yeah, and the lake emptied in 45 minutes. So this was a massive.
Yeah.
And it was just like, ignore the death and destruction.
Yeah,
just for a moment.
Ignore the bad stuff.
Yeah, ignore the bad stuff and just imagine how awesome. Again, not in kind of a biblical kind of way. Awesome.
Yeah.
Sight that would have been watching the dam break and then the lake literally empty.
Yeah.
And in the podcast they said it was basically like Niagara Falls for 45 minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
and so when I was in high school, there was a tornado that was 10 miles away from my house, and the wind was insane. And my mom had the great idea of, let's go hold the shed down because we don't want it to blow away.
Do you not see the parallel? So we see where you get it. Had the bright idea, so you had the bright idea to go get fence pieces.
I was like, this is my mom. Let's do it. And so
my mom knows what she's doing at all times.
We held that shed down. It did not blow away. We were superheroes. And but that tornado.
Alternate timeline. One of you impaled by a post.
Yeah, exactly. But that tornado was 10 miles away, and that wind was insane. It was insane. I can't even imagine what it'd be like near the tornado.
Yeah, or those people in Joplin, Missouri that were inside the tornado.
Yeah, and like even in like the show about the tornado, there was this like weather dude or some dude, and he was like, it was like enveloped in rain.
Surrounded, encased in rain.
Encased in rain.
So you couldn't see it.
So you couldn't see it coming, and
it just looked like a wall of rain coming.
Like a wall of rain, and it was insane. What was that thing called? What was the show called? Anyway, look it up. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
You can look it up. I recommend it. It was good. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was also playing Assassin's Creed Shadows at the same time.
Yeah.
And that was crazy.
Yeah. But
anyway.
I mean, those are just like a volcano erupt. Like, oh god, I would love to see a volcano erupt in not too close in person, but at a safe viewing distance away.
But I thought that's how we're gonna jump in.
Yeah, we'll jump in a volcano, but that's not a volcano that's erupting. We can't jump in an erupting volcano
because
then we're gonna go out and not in.
What would be really cool though is we jump in and it just goes.
Oh, but then we come back up.
Oh, but we're already.
But
we've already golemed it. You know.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess so, but...
So, there's like video, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube, where they were like, okay, so what happens if somebody does fall into a volcano? And they
took the pig
like
carcass or something?
Yeah, it's like a big bag full of... Yeah, and they throw it in, and it goes in, and then it just erupts. Like, really big. It's like, holy shit, that's crazy. We gotta do it. Not now.
Oh, us jump in a volcano?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
not
can
now.
we explode in it. But if but that was when lava was like approaching, right?
No.
It was them throwing it.
Out.
Oh, they threw it into the magma.
Yeah, it was hanging out down there.
Oh, okay.
Just doing its lava thing.
Okay, so we'd have them have little explosive eruptions.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to do it. Did we try?
Yeah. We jumped in a volcano and
we're ghosts.
Hawaii.
We did it.
No, but
we did
didn't.
It when we were in Hawaii, but
we haven't gone to see like a volcano in Hawaii because we've always gone to Maui.
We've always one time we went together.
Every time I've gone, we went to Maui. So not the big.
Not the big island.
Not the big island with the.
They're closing Hilo Observatory.
Oh really? Oh no! Why is that, for funding or because it's like because of
thing?
Or is it like a preserve native lands thing?
No, is this a Trump thing?
I don't want to.
Funding cuts. Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump.
Watch our latest episode on The Shot. Call your representatives. That's what it's called. Tells you all about how you can call your representatives. You don't have to even do it when they're in the office. You can leave them voicemails.
This is just insanity. It's insanity. Like the whole, because of, what is it? DEI and A.
We live in a parallel universe. Something's happened. We're in a Twilight Zone episode. Something's happened.
They even scrubbed like Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, see, the volcano's even pissed off about the fucking funding cuts.
They scrubbed Jackie Robinson from the Pentagon, and Jackie Robinson, the first African American in Major League Baseball, and I'm not even a sports guy, and it's a big thing, but he was in the military in some way, and they scrubbed it.
Yeah.
Because
they
Lord forbid we show any kind of diversity.
They were scrubbing pictures of the Enola Gay because it has the word gay in it.
Yeah.
It's an airplane. Gay didn't mean the same thing.
Do people not understand this is like North Korea?
They're still human beings that make it an accomplishment. Oh my God. But, everything's for white people. I'm going to have a cookie now.
Oh, no.
So rude to eat on air.
I got to make another drink.
No.
Yeah.
You still have a quarter of your drink.
Yeah, but we're talking Trump now.
No, we're not going to. No more. No more. We shall not say that fat rapist fuck's name.
He's definitely a rapist. So maybe I should go play.
It's a good thing we're citizens and won't get detained at the border for our.
We might be
free
going
speech.
to the UK.
And we'll stay there. Colin, we're staying.
Eric, if you're still on the podcast, we need a sponsor for Canada. It would be me, Liz, and 4 other people. We would have... there would be 4 dogs and 3 cats that would need to be sponsored. Yeah. Anyway, let's call it.
Okay.
All right.
It's been fun.
It has been fun.
I think we got a lot of good, interesting hypotheses have come out of this episode on what FRBs really could be. In addition to what actual scientists hypothesize. Yeah.
I think we proved that here is aliens.
I think that...
in ghosts or ghosts.
Yeah. Ghosts. That it's always either ghosts or aliens.
Ghosts or aliens.
That's what we have discovered. We've discovered that Liz did drink. It switched to a drink, which was sake. We've learned that it was Leia that messed up the bed. It was 100% Leia who messed up the bed because she does that. Okay? No, it was Leia. Anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody, on
Science.
The Hangover. You can join us in a couple weeks. Well, depending on when you're watching this. Anyway, our next episode out
April
live
6th.
will be April 6th, High in the Sky for April, because it's springtime and it's time to, get springy.
How did it get to be April?
Because time. Check out our episode on time. Follow us on all the things Cosmos, Wiz Cosmo, with Cosmos. Keep on tooting, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. Call your reps.
Call your reps. I'm ending it. I gotta get to the button. I'm ending it. And goodbye.
Bye.